Hi, I welcome you once again to my YouTube channel. I welcome you to my Facebook page, Good Old Bajan Cooking Group. This is Herbert Sweet for Days, teaching you the Bajan way of cooking. My dish today is stuffed chicken. I am using a Bajan stuffing that we use on Christmas time. We use this stuffing on Sundays when we are preparing our chicken, the old traditional Sundays. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how to prepare this stuffing and do this chicken. This is a very simple and easy dish to prepare, and I hope that you will enjoy it and you will follow the steps directions in how to preparing this dish. It is a dish made with our own eclipse biscuits and our traditional Bajan green seasoning. So this is my stuffing to you, and it's very tasty, and I know that you would enjoy it. So thank you, and continue to watch me on my YouTube channel. Today, as I said, we are doing some stuffed chicken the Bajan way. So to do, this is my chicken. My chicken has been cleaned, lime and salt. Well, I haven't used lime, but I use vinegar. Why I use vinegar is because of the stuff on the chicken that I need to get off, all the yellow stuff that I need to remove from the chicken. Vinegar cleans the chicken better than lime. We as old tradition, we know about the lime, but vinegar can clean all of that yellow stuff off the chicken very easy. It can clear away all of that yellow mess on the chicken that you always see stick on the chicken. The vinegar remove that, but you use your normal lime and salt and lime and salt the chicken, rinse it truly, make sure there's no salt left on the chicken, because you don't want the chicken salty when you add your stuff. So this is my chicken that I'm going to prepare now. So here in my next pan, I will use a pack of eclipse biscuits. This is what I'm using, a pack of eclipse biscuit that I would add to my pan. This is a very easy thing. As I add my biscuits, I add my biscuits to my pan. Now, to do biscuits, make sure your biscuits are all crushed to do the stuffing for the chicken. Make sure your biscuits are crushed. You don't need the soft biscuits. You need a firm biscuit. So I use Eclipse biscuits, Barbados Eclipse biscuit. I'm going to use 1 whole onion to this stuffing. Then I'm going to use a little of this Bajan seasoning I have made. I have made my Bajan seasoning and add my all-purpose seasoning and everything to it. This Bajan seasoning, add my clove, everything. This is Bajan seasoning. So to that I will use about a handful of that seasoning, and I'm gonna make sure your hands are all clean when you're doing this. Always make sure your hands are clean. Remember, you're preparing this for human consumption, so make sure that it's clean. As you see, my seasoning have been blending. You blend in your seasoning. This seasoning has all-purpose seasoning and stuff, but I will still add a little more of my all-purpose seasoning to this. Remember, add your onions, and you can use like 2 cloves of garlic into that onion to put in to add to this seasoning. This seasoning will have a good smell to it. It would let off that flavor, let off that smell, that scent, and sometimes it put me in the mind of Christmas when you smell your grandmother and your mother preparing the Christmas dish. You add some all-purpose seasoning to it. Do not make it salty. When you add your all-purpose seasoning, do not make this salted. You do not need the salt. You will taste it and you will see how it tastes. You gotta taste to your taste. And remember, the biscuits already have a salt in it. Biscuits have salt, so don't add too much salt to this. You can add your pinch of salt or what, but I'm not adding no salt because I add my all-purpose seasoning. You know, everybody will do this different, but I'm showing the Bajan way that I learned, and this is a much easy way too. You add your all-purpose seasoning to this stuffing, and you don't even need water when you add that fresh seasoning. With this stuffing, I need a little moisture because you need the biscuits to be soft. So I would add a little water just to soften the biscuits. You don't want the biscuits hard. Just to soften your biscuits, add a little water. Now here I finish this seasoning, this stuffing. So when I finish this stuffing, now I'm going to go to my chicken. Please clean your hands after the stuffing to deal with your chicken. So I will now prepare my chicken the Bajan way, and I will tell you what I am doing. Now here's my chicken set and prepared. When you're going to do your chicken, you're going to put Bajan seasoning to this chicken, some green Bajan seasoning. What you're going to do, you're going to bore some holes in the chicken where you're going to stuff it with that green seasoning. As you see here, you're going to stuff that chicken with some green seasoning. You're going to bore holes all over this chicken, all in the legs and the thighs, all in the legs and the thighs, as you see, and pour your stuff your chicken with that Bajan green seasoning. And then you're going to rub some of that seasoning all over this chicken, all the inside. As you see, I have my seasoning put all inside because I want that flavor going back into this chicken. The same flavor you're going to get from the stuffing got to be in this chicken, because this chicken have to taste nice. So all the flavor you need will be in here. The salt, everything you have will be in this Bajan seasoning. This is homemade Bajan seasoning where I made this myself with 1 onion, some chive, some pork, what we call broad leaf thyme. It's a kind of thyme, and you're going to add some thyme and marjoram, and you're going to add some clove, some powdered clove into that as well, and you're going to add your other spices. I use all-purpose seasoning that I add. So you will add all of that. You can add pepper if you want pepper. I do not add pepper to this because I said this is a family thing, and I have children that I would give this chicken to. So even your stuffing, add your pepper to your stuffing if you like the hot stuff. Add pepper to your stuffing. So now what I'm going to do here after I prepare this, I'm going to place this onto my dripping pan. Now I now put my chicken into the dripping pan. So what I'm going to do now is to stuff this chicken. I'm going to stuff this chicken now. Now here I stuff the chicken. See, the chicken has been stuffed. All the stuffing is in there. I have stuffed the chicken, and I have secured the stuffing inside by taking the legs of the chicken and putting a screw, or you can use metal, or you can use the board screw. That's what I place in between my chicken to keep the legs together. Or you can tie this with a string, and old people know to tie them with a string, but I use a board screw to keep it, one of those kebab sticks, to keep the chicken in place. So all I'm going to do here now, as I have this in my dripping pan, I'm going to add a little water, and I'm going to cover it with some foil, and then I'm going to place it in the oven. So when I place this in the oven, I have to place it in the oven until it's cooked. The chicken is cooked through. So it's going to take about a half an hour to 45 minutes for this chicken to actually finish. Not a whole hour. A chicken won't take a whole hour to finish, but it will take up to 45 minutes before it can finish, because We're not putting it in a saucer, we're putting it in the oven, and as long as the oven have the amount of heat to cook this chicken, it will cook in 45 minutes. So I'm going to put this in the oven for close to an hour. Not an hour, 45 minutes, but it's close to an hour. So I'm going to put this in the oven to let it process, and that the flavors will be enter here. As I said, how you do your stuffing, make sure your stuffing is not too soft nor not too hard, because you want all of those biscuit. Do that biscuit that you won't feel the hardness in the biscuits, because this is Eclipse biscuits. If you're using the other crackers, crackers will take a little water and not too much water, because those are already soft. But the Eclipse now will take a little water because it is a firm biscuits. So all the juices that in the chicken would go into that stuffing, will help go into that stuffing to give it a flavor. So this is how we do our Bajan stuffing. I show you how to prepare the stuffing, and I show you how you push the stuffing inside of the chicken. You stuff that chicken, you put as much stuffing as you want up inside of that chicken. So you will have a nice fluffy look in the chicken, and you will see the stuffing like it want to ooze back out. When this go cook now, it's gonna mount it to more, so it's gonna come out a little bit out of the chicken. So you don't bother about that. So you're gonna cover your chicken now with some foil. If you're using a dripping pan that have a cover, use your cover. But I'm gonna cover this one because this one don't have a cover, so I have to put foil on this one. So I'll put foil over this, and then I'll put it in the oven. Now here I covered my pan. Seal my pan. Gently seal your pan. Make sure it's sealed, that the steam could cook this chicken. So still your make sure that your foil has been closing up all around the edges to seal your chicken, so that your stuffing will not burn, your chicken will not burn, but it will take its time and cook. So make sure that all of the edges are sealed. Seal around the edges of your chicken with the foil. Then I'm going to place this in the oven right now. And then at the end you will see the finishing touch, because I still have to do something to this chicken after it's finished cooked. Then I would add my ketchup or whatever I'm going to put on the top of my chicken to give it a nice crisp brown look. Now here's your chicken out the oven, and you can see your stuffing. How I said it will be pushing out of the chicken. So the stuffing is finished, your chicken is finished cook, but you will have now to glaze the top of the chicken. So I'm going to glaze my chicken with some ketchup, with some onion and garlic that I will put at the top of this chicken. This is my chicken glaze for the top of my chicken, with some ketchup and garlic. Blend up the garlic inside the tomato ketchup, and you're going to put this at the top of your chicken. Add a little all-purpose seasoning to it, because you're going to put back the flavor. The flavor must be going back with your chicken. Whatever you do from the beginning must be at the end. So I'm going to put some of this now on top of my chicken, and just paste my top of my chicken with this, and then I'm going to put it back in the oven uncovered for at least 10 minutes. Now we got the chicken glazed now, so we're going to just rest this in the oven for up to 10 minutes or more, because remember that we have cooked the chicken for 45 minutes already covered, so everything has been steamed through and the chicken is cooked. So now I glaze it now as the finishing touch. You glaze it. We do not let any of the glaze go into this stuffing. We don't want the glaze into this stuffing. So no glaze have gone into this stuffing. So I just put my glaze at the top. You could add butter. You can put butter on top of your chicken and make a butter chicken, or you can put the ketchup in to get some more little flavor, or what you choose. But this is my stuffed chicken. And I remember every Sunday, if you remember, every Sunday is a Barbados tradition that we would have stuffed chicken. Every Sunday we will have stuffed chicken. We don't know how to wait till Christmas, but every Sunday was a special day where you do stuffed chicken. You will got your stuffing, and you love your little stuffing next to your food. And this is just stuffing. You can take this stuffing, you can even make this stuffing that you could just put it in a bowl or a pan and place it in the oven and bake this stuffing and use this stuffing as a stuffing next to the food. So this is the stuff. This is our stuffed chicken. So this will go into the oven for the next 10 minutes or so, and then we will have the finishing product after. Remember, I still have my stick inside of my chicken, which was to keep the stuffing from coming out of the chicken. So this has keep it firm so that it would open up, but not the stuffing will still keep inside it there, because you had the chicken legs closed. So now the chicken has been opened up, and the stuff, you see the lovely stuffing there. You see that lovely stuffing, Bajan stuffing in there. And this is what we call Bajan stuffing, and this is our stuffed chicken. Our stuffing in our chicken, this is a stuffed chicken. So when I put this in the oven, this ketchup now will start to turn a little darky, because it will start to give a little brownish crust on top of there, give the chicken a nice look. So here is our stuffed chicken. So this is our finishing touch that I have added to my chicken. And here is your glaze, well done, on top of your chicken. And this is your finished product. You have your stuffing, nice color, and you see that none of our juices have gotten into our stuffing. And this is your chicken, your stuffed chicken. Thank you once again for joining Herbert Sweet for Days from the Good Old Bajan Cooking Group on Facebook. Welcome back. Thank you. And I ask you to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. These are all traditional Bajan cooking, and this is Bajan stuffing, the way we stuff our chicken. This is how our products look. This is what the finishing touch is of this chicken. You see that lovely stuffing inside of that chicken. Awesome, awesome. And our lovely baked chicken with our stuffing. And this is chicken and stuffing. You can, as I said, you can do this stuffing in a pan and make just the stuffing, or you can stuff your chicken, your turkey, whatever you can stuff with this Bajan stuffing. And this is Bajan stuffing in our chicken. So thank you for watching me once again. You will see this finishing product on the plating, and that will be the final touch for this dish. Your chicken will be served with some field pea rice. Here is our Bajan field pea rice with our pigtails. As you know, we Bajans love our pigtails. We are keeping that tradition. And this is our peas and rice for today's Sunday. We'll be having with your stuffed chicken. Now here you see I have sliced my stuffing, that you can see that lovely inside of the stuffing. After you have sliced it, you can slice this stuffing and serve on your plate. And here is my plating with my stuffing, my chicken. Check the glaze on the chicken. Chicken is nice and glossy. And there I have a piece of pigtail on my plate, and this is your dish with your stuffing of rice along with your stuffing and your chicken. So this is your Sunday traditional plate. In the days of old, there were no macaroni pie or anything like that. You have your nice peas and rice, you had your stuffing and your chicken or pork or lamb, whatever meat was there available at the time. That is what we had for our Sunday lunch. We didn't have macaroni pie or stuff like that. Macaroni pie came down in years to come, but macaroni pie was never in our tradition years of old. There were not. People didn't do the macaroni pie stuff, but I know we always had some stuffing in our plates, and this is our nice stuffing here, tasty and good. And we had our chicken with our seasoning inside, and that's what we had. So this is your lovely plate today and our Sunday meal.